Hi, Steve. Thanks for chatting with me today.
Thanks for having us.
So you're retired law enforcement and now co-founder of your own business. Tell me why you started the company.
I started the company with my wife to actually help out, like continue the mission of what we did for law enforcement. So we saw this as a way to kind of continue helping others to continue their missions. And that kind of spread to not only law enforcement, but military agencies and then eventually corporate as well.
And you do a lot of training, I see. So how do you keep up with all the changes to the systems and the way data is collected and everything else?
We kind of try to stay on top of it. As soon as betas come out, we start looking at betas, we start looking at artifacts, we start testing with our own products. We have software that actually runs on a lot of the devices. We test with those, and it just it's also, unfortunately, I'm a geek, and so I get a lot of news feeds, see a lot of stuff that come out, and as soon as new artifacts comes in, I can't help but to start playing with things immediately, to the detriment of my family.
I love it. That's great. Is AI part of your work?
Yeah, we're actually using it more and more. So, but we look at it as a tool, right? So it's not something we look at as a savior because it does make mistakes. I found that it could be anywhere between 60 and 80% correct in what we're looking for. It's really interesting, kind of learning to speak like a robot. If you feed it good input, you get good input out. But if you feed it bad input, you get bad input out. So the more that you can craft your results to get stuff and train models, right? You get better results. So it's the refinement. I get frustrated sometimes because you start training and it goes off down, takes a left turn, and you can't recover. Then you have to start over again. So sometimes just easier that way. But yes, we are looking into AI. We're using AI, and again as a tool, not as something to everybody still has to do due diligence, test, and validate.
And I know you're speaking at Techno very soon, and your session is about file systems artifacts. It looks really interesting. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, so my specialty is Mac forensics. I've been a Mac user since like 1989 when I wanted an Amiga to play games, and my parents were like, "No, you're going to college. You're going to do real work." So, been a Mac user for a long time. Kind of became my specialty. So, I'm going to present on a handful of like a hodgepodge of topics, like advanced artifacts for Mac forensics, things that are kind of like left out of traditional forensic exams. I always say do a Mac with a Mac, and by not using a Mac, you kind of miss some things. A lot of things are reverse engineers with other techniques that we use. So I want to introduce everybody to what other artifacts are out there that may be of interest to them, that I believe are highly interesting to them, so they know what's there, what they may miss with some tools, know what they can get with other tools. But the great thing about Mac forensics is if you just have a Mac, you can do all this with no forensics tools. And this is coming from a guy that sells Mac forensics tools.
Oh, wow. That's going to be great. Who knew? I would not have known that. So, wow, you're going to give them a lot of info that they can use as soon as they walk out of there.
Oh, absolutely. That's the intent. Give them something to think about and give them ways that they can actually start looking at these artifacts.
We talked a little bit about AI and, of course, Macs. What's on your radar in the future since technology is changing so quickly?
So we are also heavily invested into hardware, right? So we are continuously evolving our systems to make sure they're top of the line, that they can work with AI, deep learning, machine learning, all that kind of stuff. We're starting to see more and more of our equipment being used since they're so powerful and they're so well designed. They're not like your typical machines where you just buy an off-the-shelf case and start putting it together. We design our own systems, our own cases. We have them manufactured to certain specifications that we put together. Most of everybody here are certified forensic computer examiners that design or configure the systems and actually do it. So it's not just someone putting a box together and calling it a forensic system. And we don't want to just stop there. We're always looking at what's coming next and how can we build systems that can actually handle what is coming, especially with AI, machine learning, large data storages, servers, everything. There's got to be a good mix between of what you store in the cloud and what you store locally. So, that, and in addition to the software stuff and training that we do, heavily focus on Mac forensics and just being number one at that so that we can actually give people what they need. We're not looking to take over the world and reproduce something that someone else is already doing very well. We really appreciate all the work that other people have done in other fields. So we're heavily focused on doing Mac forensics right now.
So is there anything I didn't ask you that you want to share with potential attendees or the industry as a whole?
Come see us. We're different than other companies where I know every business is in business to make money. That's not why we started SUMURI. We didn't want to start SUMURI to just make money. We just wanted to continue helping. So we make enough money to keep the lights on, make sure that we can feed our children and such. And then beyond that, we just want to give back. If you're ever in need of our software and you don't have a budget for it and you're law enforcement or military or something of that nature, we're never going to stop you from getting our software or what we can provide to you because you don't have a budget or red tape always comes up as well. We're going to get it in your hands no matter what. So if you ever need something, feel free to reach out to us. And if we have to give it to you for free, we will.
Okay, well, we will see you in Wilmington.
Yeah. Look for, also, we're going to be doing a vendor night down there as well. Stop by, get a band, and we're going to be treating people to pizza and beer along with Monolith.
Hey, you had us at pizza and beer, Steve.
Yep. What more could you ask for?
You can't ask for much more. Oh, that's awesome. Well, we can't wait to see you soon.
All right. Yeah. Looking forward to see you too. Thank you so much.